Hello ArtyAliens and welcome! I'm Paul Yateman. I draw stuff. Today I'm going to be drawing this in more of a Tim Burton style and hopefully making the basically here not look like it's either inside the skull or flat. Let's see how this goes. And I'm using a pen I bought the other week. I haven't used yet and it's going to be grey lead. Here we go. Okay, the first little drawing we saw was done in the bath on a waterproof sketch pad, and now what I'm doing is using my craft paper pad, and I've decided to draw this in landscape for some strange reason. What we'll find is that I decide that doesn't work. Mainly because the whole point of this is to show a whole bunch of tentacles, and the main feature of this is meant to be the sharp angular lines on those tentacles. And I rapidly discover that the way I've started to draw this is there's absolutely no space for those tentacles. So I'm going to flip the page so it's in a portrait style, and I'm going to have another go very shortly. And once I do that, I will speed this up into the good old time-lapse. It took half an hour to do the sketch and the pencil, the sketch and the line art, and about 20 minutes to colour. So let's get into the speed a bit. When I flipped the page, I decided to use my blue pencil rather than my grey pencil. That was more a practical purpose because I'd started with grey, I didn't erase any of that. And I thought that by using the blue pencil that would make it easier to see my lines for the second drawing. That worked out reasonably well. Started off doing the skull, and then I did the legs, and I tried to keep them angular. I made that more or less symmetrical by putting, I think it was 4 legs per side. Once I did that, I went in and did the line art, beginning with my 0.5 fine liner. And once all that was down, I then went in with my 0.8 and had another go. But before I did that, what I did was add the stripes we can see on the tentacles, which is Tim Burton style, which I think would be influenced from Dr. Seuss, because he has a fair bit of stripes on his characters. And once I went through and did the fine liner, I then added some shadows, which is fairly inconsistent with regards to a singular light source, but the purpose of that was again to highlight the tentacle section of the drawing. Okay, original, redrawn. Still don't think it's very Burtonish, so maybe the colour scheme will add to it. The other thing I'm thinking is if I actually draw the head of a Tim Burton character and then draw the underlying skull, that would come out better. But anyway, that's how these things work. You learn as you go along. So let's get stuck into the colouring. So that would be greys and other stuff. So I'll play around with my warm greys, which have a brown tint, even though we're using brown paper. Why is that? Because. And the other thing you'll notice is not being too, always miss that word, not pedantic. I guess I can say not being not being too precious with how I am colouring in the edges. I'm trying to give it a rough, haphazard look. So with the colouring, what I've done is I've gone through and just done the greys, a warm 3, 5, 7, back to 6 because I thought 7 was a bit dark, and then a 5 again, which blended out the legs and softened down the really harsh shadows we can see on the legs. and then I added some colour in the form of some reds and pinks to the tongue and red to the stripes on the legs, and then yellow for the eyes and the teeth, just to give it a bit of contrast. Took 30 minutes to sketch and ink, and it took 20 minutes to do the cover. And what I'm going to do is call it quits for this one. Yeah, so Burtonesque, I wouldn't say it's Tim Burton style, it's more of another Paul Yateman style. So a little bit different today. I've interspersed real-time footage with some talking and then time-lapse with voiceover. And yeah, I think you can do better, or you've got your own take on this character. Show me. If you found this interesting, informative, got ideas for your own sketchbook or maybe your own drawing challenge, let me know, and subscribe, like and share. Till next time, you've been watching Drawing Stuff with me, Paul Yateman. Ciao, take care, and happy drawing.